What's good, everybody, man? Welcome back to a new edition of We Want All the Smoke Sports Talk, your weekly sports guy. I'm SB Cash.
Yeah, it's Ryan.
We here to break down the Week 12 recap. NFL football, man. Thanksgiving weekend just passed. Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. We approaching Christmas time, playoff time for football. Everybody should be getting ready for it. NCAA end of the season. Everybody getting into the championship games. Ohio State coming out on top of Michigan, looking like they're going to make the college football playoffs. Hoping that they take care of business against Wisconsin.
No upsets?
Not except for Alabama losing.
Oh, yeah.
But outside of that, it's still, I think, the same LSU, Ohio State, Clemson. And who's that fourth team?
Oklahoma might sneak in there.
Yeah, Oklahoma might sneak in there because I don't think Alabama's going to be there no more. But to move back to the NFL, man, let's talk about these games, man. Playoffs heating up. A lot of teams need some help to get in. A lot of teams holding strong in their spot. Certain teams searching for, first place, home field advantage, all that. So, the first game we had was the Lions versus the Bears. Bears take this 24-20. Detroit was playing without Matt Stafford. Mitchell Trubisky throws 3 touchdowns in this game. Who was that? Anthony Miller, big day, 9 catches, 140 yards. He didn't catch any touchdowns, but he did have an effective game. So,
Right.
what you feel about the Bears picking up a well-needed win
Right, I
that
was
they
about
need
to
to
say,
stay
that was
alive?
Big win for them, much needed win. They almost coughed it up.
They did.
Bilal came out there spreading that ball out, looking nice for them.
Right, yeah. So they needed that. They go to 6-6, so they're in, I believe, 8th spot in the NFC right now, still fighting for that wild card spot. So, next game we got Buffalo Bills. They played the Cowboys, my man's Cowboys. Buffalo ended up taking it 26-15. Jared Allen threw for a touchdown, ran for a touchdown. He usually runs for one. I would say, what's the receiver's name that came from Dallas last year, but was on the Bills now?
Cole Beasley.
Cole Beasley had a big game.
Huge game.
He had a big game. How many catches was that? 6 catches, 110 yards, 1 touchdown. So, what would you say was the reason for the Cowboys losing that game?
Zeke, again.
Not enough carries
Not
or
enough
not
carries.
effective?
Not enough carries.
Not enough carries. How many carries did he have?
I don't know what's the total amount he had, but I think we gave him 2 carries in the second half.
Okay.
That's unacceptable. Dak, I think he need to take off more.
What?
He be having the lane
Take off running
to
with the
run.
ball?
You don't even got to be a big, Lamar Jackson game. You can pick up 7, 8, keep the sticks moving. That'd be big.
Right.
I think he needs to start doing that. Check downs will help. He don't never hit the running backs, but we're still in first place, thank God.
Still in first place despite the L. So Cowboys got to get it together this week just to hold strong because the Eagles is blowing it right now. They don't want to make the playoffs. So shout out to the Cowboys still staying in first even though taking the L. Next game we had the New Orleans Saints taking on the Falcons. New Orleans takes this 26-18. Drew Brees 184 yards passing, 1 touchdown. Not too much rushing. Alvin Kamara only had 11 carries for 61 yards. It's kind of like a back and forth kind of close game. It kind of everybody grinding it out. I would say.
Taysom Hill.
Taysom Hill came
was the
up
one
big.
balling.
Yeah, he came out with the early
He had
touchdown.
a receiving.
Yeah,
He had a rushing.
he came out,
blocked the punt,
did his thing.
balling.
So Saints been able to keep it going, man. I think they're still in first.
Yeah, they looking real nice. I think they're the only team so far to officially clinch the playoff spot.
Yeah. So shout out to New Orleans. They're right where I thought they would be. I thought they would be doing this season. But also to know they got 9 sacks from their defense, the Saints. So Saints defense taking off.
I think Cameron Jordan had like 4 of them.
Mm-hmm. So next game we got Bengals versus Jets. Bengals get their first win of the season. They take this 22-6. Andy Dalton back into the starting lineup. Throws for 243 yards, 1 touchdown. Hooked up with what's his name? Tyler Boyd. He hooked up with Tyler Boyd for the touchdown. Joe Mixon gets him for 1. So Bengals get their first win. What you think about that?
Nothing. Got their first win. Good job for them. No team deserves to go 0-16.
Right,
They
right.
do get a win, and they still get first pick in the draft as of right now. So
Yeah,
good win for them.
Shout out to Andy coming back saving some face, man. Next game we got Tennessee Titans versus the Colts. Tennessee taking off, man. 31-17. They
Tannehill
beat the
found a
Colts.
crib.
Man, I like watching the Titans with Tannehill, man.
Me too.
They're way more exciting with Tannehill.
He 5-1 since he been there.
Man, way more exciting with Tannehill than they ever was with Mariota.
And I've seen him making some big throws in that game too.
You know what I mean? So Derrick Henry, 26 carries, 149 yards, 1 touchdown.
Been getting it rolling lately.
Tannehill throws for 2 touchdowns, man. What's up with the Titans? They still in the race for the wild card too.
I've been liking the Titans. I hated the Titans. I was never picking them to win any games when they had Mariota. Tannehill, he looked like he found a home. But we're going to see what they do, if they extend him or if they bring somebody else in, maybe move the backup, or if he just auditioning for somebody else at this point. We'll see.
Right. I always felt like they had the talent, but now with Tannehill, I feel like he's bringing it out.
And Henry's definitely helping him out in that ground game.
Definitely. So, Titans rolling in that wild card hunt, AFC wild card hunt. Next game we got coming up was Tampa. Oh no, who was it? It was the Eagles versus the Dolphins. In a crazy one that the Dolphins take, 37-31, tanking for Tua. I ain't trying to hear it. Ryan Fitzpatrick ain't trying to hear it. You know what I mean? Ryan Fitzpatrick, 365 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. He did have the 1 pick. Devontae Parker takes off 7 catches. Let me see that.
Goes great.
7 catches, 100.
He was looking like young Randy out there.
159 yards, 1 touchdown. 2 touchdowns.
He only had 1. Oh, yeah, I was about to say.
2 touchdowns. Yeah, so Devontae Parker been doing this thing for the Dolphins. Everybody saying the Dolphins was going to tank.
Had a nice one too.
Oh yeah, Gesicki or something like that. Yeah, he nice too. Eagles on the other hand, horrible loss. You know what I mean? They're fighting, trying to get that wild card spot.
Appreciate them.
In a game that they were up in this game, I believe 28-14.
Yep.
Second half.
Yep.
Ended up losing. So man, a lot going on.
The Dolphins came back with like 23 unanswered on them.
Yeah. It's a crazy league. It's a crazy NFL league, but it's week to week. So, yeah, Dolphins win that. Next game, we had Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. In a game where Jacksonville really couldn't do much.
If they'd have started Gardner from the jump, they'd have won.
Yeah, and that's the thing to keep an eye looking out for. He's the starter moving on. So, coming into this week, they named Gardner Minshew the starter. Over Nick Foles.
Ran off with the bag.
50 mil. But yeah, Tampa Bay takes that game. Jameis Winston, 268 yards passing. He didn't have any touchdowns. Peyton Barber able to get into the end zone twice. Rashad Perriman, 5 catches, 87 yards. Tampa Bay looking better, man. They lost a couple close ones at the beginning of the season. Look like they figuring it out, learning how to win good games now. My bad, I keep doing that. But next game we got was San Francisco 49ers versus the Ravens, and was what was expected to be the game of the week. Top NFC team versus top AFC team. Ravens take this 20-17. Lamar Jackson, 105 yards passing, 1 touchdown. Also had 101 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. So keeping his MVP campaign going.
It should be wrapped up.
I picked the 49ers to win this game, but they lose. It was a close game. It was good. Defense played good, both sides. Ravens win. What you think of this game?
Ravens keep it rolling. They looking real good. That ground game is looking unstoppable right now with them 2 boys. Well, actually, it's 3 of them getting it done.
Right. Mark Ingram, Lamar, and Gus.
Yep.
Right.
They got it going. But no knock on the Niners. It's right. No shame in losing to the Ravens. I still think the Niners is real out here.
Yeah, and they've been proving that. They played them tough. A lot of people everybody been getting blown out by the Ravens, and they played them pretty tough. So, good game. Ravens take that. Next game we had Rams versus the Cardinals. My Rams, they take it 34-7 to get a good bounce back win after getting destroyed by the Ravens on Monday night. So we are. Well, Jared Goff actually had a great day. 424 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. It was on the Cardinals though, so we can't get too happy. But it was good to see him finally snap out of his slump. Todd Gurley had a rushing touchdown. Robert Woods, 13 catches, 172 yards.
20 carries.
Yeah, still kept him under 19. But then Tyler Hybe, good game, 7 catches, 107 yards, 1 touchdown. So glad to see my Rams get back. Still in the right outside the wild card hunt, but
need some things to fall in place.
Need some things that happen to be able to make the postseason. Next game we had the Chargers versus the Denver Broncos. Chargers been really disappointing this year.
Disappointing. Can't win a close one. Terrible. Get Field out of there.
Right. They dropped this game 23-20.
Dropped it.
To who was the quarterback for?
Drew Lock. In his first career start.
Drew Lock for the Denver Broncos gets it done by 3. Phillip Rivers looking like he's probably out next year in LA.
That'd be the best decision they made.
But Drew Lock throws for 2 touchdowns, and I want to know Cortland Sutton's having a great season.
A good season. Yeah, had a big day, 2 TDs that game.
He's been doing this early this year. So yeah, Denver wins that. Next game we had Raiders versus the Chiefs in a blowout. Chiefs take this 40-9. Raiders really couldn't do anything against the Chiefs. Pat Mahomes looking like the ankle injury is all of in the past. 175 yards passing, 1 touchdown. He also had a rushing touchdown. Travis Kelce, 5 catches, 90 yards, doing his usual thing. Chiefs roll. I was surprised to see the Raiders lose so bad, but it is the Chiefs. So what you think about this game?
I mean, I expected it. I think they did just get embarrassed by the Jets last week, didn't they?
Yeah.
And they came out, did the same thing against the Chiefs. I think they really need a receiver. I can see where they going. I'm like what I see Gruden got them playing hard, playing together. I think they need somebody on the outside.
Yeah.
Jacobs is running hard, doing good. Waller, nice. But I think they missing that playmaker.
Yeah, they young. I feel like at they skill positions outside of quarterback, so they'll get better in the future. And the Sunday night game was the Patriots versus the Texans. Texans rolling this 28-22 in a game where it seemed like Tom Brady really couldn't get much going early. They started to have a late surge, but Deshaun Watson taking care of business, 234 yards, passing 3 touchdowns, no picks.
Balling.
Only
2 QBs that beat Brady, Lamar and Watson.
Yeah, man. Watson, everybody's talking about Lamar Jackson, but Watson's having a great year too. I feel like this year he's having a great year. They'll probably be in the playoffs, Texans, so watch out for them. They'll probably be taking the AFC South for sure. And then the last game of the night, we had the Minnesota Vikings versus the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks take this 37-30. Russell Wilson, 240 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. He did have the 1 pick, but they got Chris Carson going with 102 yards on the ground, 1 touchdown. And DK Metcalf has been being big for the Seahawks offense. 6 catches, 75 yards. So Seahawks win this. Both teams in the wild card spot. So Vikings drop to 8-4. Seahawks keep rolling. What you feel about this game?
I like the Seahawks on the ground game. They're getting it done. Whether it's Carson or Penny. See, they both was eating on the ground. Carson with 100, Penny with 74. They both get in the end zone. Penny gets another one through the air. So I like the little 2-back workhorse thing they got going on over there. And of course, you're never out of it with Wilson.
Right.
I expected them to beat the Vikings.
I didn't even know. I thought this would be a good game. I didn't know who was going to win. But, I mean, I'm happy for that just for Rams purposes that the Vikings lost. But, good win in Seattle. They're keeping it going. MVP talk still around Russell, too. So, that's all the games for Week 12, man. It's been a fast season. It's going pretty quick, man. It was just I can just remember we was just talking about wanting football to be here so bad, and now the season almost over. But yeah, man, that's the Week 12.
Catch us on Thursday, man. We trying to bounce back, remaining as number 1 seed against the Bears.
Yeah, Cowboys. Then we
Another
got
Thursday night, one back to back.
predictions show coming Thursday. Everything heating up. We'll be here to talk about the championship games for college football and the playoff seedings.
Lakers
number one seed in the basketball.
17-3 in 20 games.
NBA looking pretty good, but we'll get more into that
right.
later because it's a lot to discuss in that too. But right now it's football heavy. So yeah, man, appreciate y'all watching. This is We Want All the Smoke Sports Show. I'm SB Cash.
Ryan, and we out.
Out here, bruh.